Have you ever wondered what happens behind the facade of a narcissist? While they often present themselves as confident, charming, and even invulnerable, beneath the surface lies a complex web of emotions and experiences that many fail to recognize. The intriguing paradox of narcissism is that these individuals crave admiration and validation, yet they also harbor deep-seated insecurities and fears of abandonment. Today, we will delve into the secret pain that narcissists conceal, particularly after entering a period of no contact with those they once manipulated or relied upon for affirmation. This exploration will shed light on the emotional turmoil they experience when their support systems are stripped away, and why understanding this pain is crucial for both the narcissist and those they've affected. Before we jump into this captivating topic, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with anyone who might be interested. Together, we can spread awareness and understanding about narcissism and its profound effects on relationships. Now let's embark on this journey into the hidden struggles of narcissists, revealing what lies behind their carefully crafted exteriors. When we think of narcissists, the image that often comes to mind is that of a self-absorbed individual, boasting about their achievements and seeking constant validation from others. However, what many people fail to see is the overwhelming fear of inadequacy that fuels these behaviors. At their core, narcissists may feel an intense vulnerability that drives them to protect themselves with grandiosity. This self-protective mechanism serves as a shield, guarding against the feelings of unworthiness and shame that can surface when they face rejection or no contact with significant others. The aftermath of a no-contact period can be particularly excruciating for narcissists. Without the constant stream of admiration and validation from their partners, friends, or family, they may experience feelings of abandonment that trigger their deepest insecurities. The loneliness that follows can be devastating, leaving them to confront the very issues they've spent their lives avoiding. It is this hidden pain, masked by their external bravado, that often leads them to engage in desperate measures to regain control and validation from those they've hurt. Moreover, narcissists often struggle with the concept of loss. When someone they rely on for admiration and validation cuts ties, it feels akin to losing a lifeline. They may oscillate between anger and despair, reflecting their internal conflict over the loss of someone who once bolstered their fragile self-esteem. This emotional turbulence is often exacerbated by their inability to form healthy attachments, making it difficult for them to cope with the absence of relationships that fed their ego. In addition to the emotional pain, there is a profound sense of identity crisis that many narcissists face after no contact. Their self-worth is typically tied to external validation. Thus, when that source is removed, they may struggle to understand who they are without the constant affirmation from others. This existential question can lead to a period of introspection, albeit often uncomfortable and resisted. The lack of identity can manifest in a range of emotions, from anger to sadness, as they grapple with the reality of their situation. It's essential to recognize that narcissists often cycle through various coping mechanisms in response to their pain. Initially, they might react with rage or aggression, attempting to re-establish their control over the situation. This reaction can stem from a sense of entitlement, believing they deserve the admiration and attention that has suddenly vanished. However, when those tactics fail to elicit the desired responses, they may descend into feelings of deep sorrow and regret, leading to moments of genuine vulnerability that are rarely shared with others. The concept of narcissistic injury comes into play during these moments of no contact. This term refers to the emotional pain experienced when a narcissist feels rejected or devalued. After a breakup or falling out, the silence can be deafening for them. The very act of not responding can feel like a personal attack, igniting feelings of worthlessness that they often hide behind their charismatic demeanor. This psychological wound can take time to heal, leading to obsessive thoughts about the relationship and an overwhelming desire to reconnect, even if it means reverting to old toxic patterns. Interestingly, the secret pain that narcissists endure can also lead them to reflect on their past behaviors and relationships. In the absence of external validation, they might begin to assess the impact of their actions on those around them. This self-reflection can open a door to personal growth, albeit one that requires substantial courage and humility. The process of recognizing their flaws and the pain they've caused can lead to a longing for change, but it's a journey fraught with challenges, as true self-awareness often eludes those with narcissistic tendencies. For many, the lack of contact serves as a wake-up call, urging them to confront the reality of their relationships. However, not all narcissists will respond positively to this moment of clarity. Some may retreat further into their defensive mechanisms, convincing themselves that the other party was at fault and avoiding accountability for their actions. This denial can prolong their suffering, as they miss opportunities for healing and growth. The impact of no contact on narcissists can also extend to their interpersonal relationships. As they grapple with their pain and confusion, they may inadvertently push away other loved ones who might offer support. This pattern can create a vicious cycle, as the narcissist's fear of abandonment leads to behaviors that alienate others, thereby reinforcing their sense of isolation and loneliness. It's a tragic irony that the very traits that initially drew people to them can ultimately lead to their downfall. As we explore this topic, it's crucial to remember that while narcissists do experience pain, it is often intertwined with their inability to empathize with others. This lack of empathy complicates their ability to connect meaningfully with those around them, perpetuating their cycle of loneliness and emotional suffering. They may feel a profound sense of loss and grief, but it's essential to recognize that their pain is often rooted in self-interest, rather than a genuine understanding of the hurt they've caused others. In closing, the hidden pain of narcissists after a period of no contact is a complex interplay of emotions, insecurities, and identity crises. Beneath their seemingly confident exteriors lies a profound vulnerability that often goes unnoticed. As we navigate the intricacies of narcissism, it's essential to approach the subject with compassion, recognizing the deep-seated struggles that fuel their behavior. While they may create pain in the lives of others, they also endure a hidden suffering that can lead to a path of introspection and potential growth. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the secret pain narcissists hide. If you found this discussion enlightening, please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more content on this fascinating subject. Let's continue to spread awareness and understanding, fostering a greater sense of empathy for those affected by narcissism, both the narcissists themselves and those they impact. Your support means the world, and together we can create a more compassionate community.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you are new here to never miss an update. Our focus is all on delving deeply into the complexity of human interactions. Today, we are exploring a topic just as interesting but equally difficult: what happens when you ignore a narcissist? For years, psychologists, sociologists, and even the general public have been fascinated with the personality trait or condition known as narcissism. Often marked by an exaggerated feeling of self-importance, a great desire for too much attention and praise, damaged relationships, and a lack of empathy for others, a narcissist. But what happens when the one thing a narcissist most wants, attention, is abruptly deprived? What changes their behavior, and more importantly, what does it do to you? Ignoring a narcissist is like walking on a rug that has been pulled under. You are depriving them the affirmation they have come to know from you, which can set off a range of responses, most of which can be really strong. Attention and validation are to a narcissist like breathing. Their preferred habitat is it. It keeps their grandiose picture of themselves intact and nourishes their ego. Their response might vary from uncertainty and fury to desperation and even vindictiveness when that source of validation is knocked off, though. When a narcissist finds they are being overlooked, their initial reaction is frequently incredulity. How could someone not want to savor their brilliance, after all? Soon after this incredulity, Narcissists find themselves overwhelmed with fear and uncertainty, emotions they are not suited to manage. Recall that self-esteem of a narcissist is quite brittle. Built on a precarious basis of outside affirmation, it can lead to an emotional earthquake when that basis is undermined. The narcissist could try to grab your attention in several ways as the reality of the matter settles in. Often called air hoovering, this is named for the Hoover vacuum cleaner, since the narcissist is basically trying to drag you back into their world. Things you never noticed when you were paying them attention, they might suddenly lavish you with accolades, promises, or presents. This strategy is meant to entice you back in, to make you stop neglecting them and begin once more feeding their ego. If you don't reply, though, imagine yourself ignoring them going forward. This is the tough part of things. Rising their efforts, a narcissist may become more needy, manipulative, even more aggressive. To generate any type of response from you, even a negative one, they could try to set off drama, press your buttons, or harass you. Any attention is preferable to none at all, to a narcissist. Should you be firm and keep ignoring them, the narcissist may experience a spectrum of feelings. They might be deeply resentful, angry, or enraged. You have dared to question their self-perception, after all, and a narcissist takes great care over this. Here is when the actual nature of the narcissist can really be shown. They may begin disseminating stories about you, turn friends against you, or carry other kinds of social sabotage. Their aim is to punish you in every capacity they can, therefore damaging you. Sometimes the narcissist moves on to someone else when they see their efforts to manipulate you are fruitless. This does not indicate they have given up on you totally, though. Known for their propensity to compartmentalize, narcissists could maintain you in their life in some little capacity should they want your attention down road. Though they seem to forget about you for a while, most of the time they are just waiting for a chance to reaffirm their control. On the other hand, ignoring a narcissist might be rather liberating for you. It's a means of declaring your authority and hence establishing your limits. This can be a transforming event since you are basically informing the narcissist that you will no longer provide them with validation. Still, one should be ready for the possible fallout. Reversals are not easy for narcissists, hence their reaction may be erratic and even really destructive. Ignoring a narcissist also challenges your own emotional triggers and weaknesses. The narcissist will typically use every trick in the book to try to drag you back into their orbit, thus it calls for a degree of emotional toughness and courage. They could cause you to doubt your choices, value, even your sanity. If you keep strong and keep ignoring them, though, you will probably come out of the experience more self-aware and self-respectful. Ignoring a narcissist is therefore not always the right line of action in every circumstance. Completely ignoring the narcissist in issue, for instance, would not be realistic or practicable if they are a coworker, relative, or someone you must often engage with. Under such circumstances, limiting your contacts with them and establishing clear limits may be a more successful approach. Ignoring a narcissist then, what happens? The response is nuanced and depends on the dynamics of your relationship with the particular narcissist as well as on their own. Sometimes they will finally walk on, understanding they cannot control or influence you anymore. In other circumstances, they might intensify their attempts to get your attention and turn to more forceful and controlling strategies. Still, the act of ignoring the narcissist makes a strong signal independent of their behavior. It's a means of recovering your autonomy, declaring your limits, and rejecting to be a tool in their hands. Ignoring a narcissist is similar to engaging in high-stakes emotional poker. By pointing out that you are no longer eager to follow their guidelines, you are calling their bluff. This can be horrible as well as freeing. The narcissist probably will go all out to re-engage you. Hoping to catch you off guard, they could swing between idealizing you and devaluating you. Their love-bombing and gaslighting techniques include this component of their manipulative approach. A love-bombing is the process whereby the narcissist overwhelms you with gifts, care, and attention meant to win you back. This unexpected flood of positive interest can be emotionally draining and perplexing. It's meant to cause you to second your choice to overlook them. Conversely, a gaslighting is the narcissist distorting your view of reality, therefore undermining your own memory, judgment, and sanity. They might lie to fit their story, accuse you of being too sensitive, or deny what they have said or done. You have to be determined throughout this procedure. Recall the reasons for your decision to first ignore the narcissist. If you must remind yourself of their behavioral tendencies, keep a notebook of exchanges. Assemble encouraging friends and relatives who can provide viewpoint and encouragement. Another great resource is therapy, which gives you methods to keep your limits and raise your self-esteem. Dealing with the guilt and self-doubt a narcissist tries to sow in you is one of the toughest parts of ignoring them. Narcissists are quite skilled in making you answerable for their feelings and behavior. They could charge you of being abusive, callous, or even uncritical. This projection serves as a protective mechanism meant to let one escape owning responsibility for their own actions. Acknowledging this strategy for what it is, an attempt to dominate and manipulate you, is vital. Ignoring a narcissist can potentially seriously affect your own emotional state. From relief and empowerment to dread and fear, your emotional roller coaster could be during this period. One is naturally conflicted and unsure. You are, after all, separating from a relationship that has probably been emotionally and psychologically taxing. Even if the connection was poisonous, let yourself process the loss. Healing takes time. It's normal to ask for help along the road. As you negotiate this process, pay special attention to reconstructing yourself. Participate in things you enjoy and find fulfilling. Reconnect with pastimes and interests you might have overlooked while under the narcissist's influence. Support your well-being and deepen your ties to those who truly love you. These good relationships might act as a shield against the attempts of the narcissist to discredit your confidence. Ignoring a narcissist offers one of the most important chances to grow in better relations. Steering clear of the negative dynamic can help you to see what you need and deserve in your relationships. This increased awareness will enable you to spot red flags in next contacts and make more wise decisions on the people you let into your life. Furthermore, crucial is realizing that ignoring a narcissist has nothing to do with winning or losing. It's about giving your mental and emotional health top importance. Though their reaction is not your responsibility, the narcissist may see your actions as a challenge. Your priorities should be establishing a secure and supportive surroundings for you. Sometimes the narcissist seeks to re-enter your life months or even years later. They might try to revive the connection, offer apologies or pledges of reform. One must approach these overtides carefully. Although narcissists are adept at stating what they believe you should hear, real change is rare and calls for a degree of self-awareness and dedication most lacking among them. Remember the reasons you originally decided to remove yourself. Trust your intuition. One brave and self-affirming choice is to ignore a narcissist. This is a statement declaring you to be free from control, manipulation, or devaluation. It's a self-preservation and dignity act. Although the road may be full of difficulties, the benefits of recovering your autonomy and feeling of self are almost unrivaled. I much appreciate you viewing. Should you find this conversation useful, remember to give it a thumbs up and forward it to anyone who might find it so beneficial. And if you haven't already, be sure to sign up for the channel to get further understanding of human connections and behavior. Look after yourself. We will see you in the future video. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you never miss any of our deep dives into the quirks and curiosities of human behavior. Today, we're diving into something that might leave you absolutely speechless: the bizarre behaviors of narcissists. Whether you've encountered a narcissist before or you're just curious about what makes them tick, this is going to be one wild ride. So, grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get into it. When it comes to narcissism, there's no shortage of jaw-dropping behavior. We've all heard about the self-obsession, the grandiosity, and the constant need for validation. But what if I told you that these aren't the only things that make narcissists stand out? Oh no, they have a whole bag of tricks that can leave you scratching your head, wondering if you're living in an alternate reality. Narcissists can be incredibly charming at first glance, drawing you in with their charisma and confidence. But once you're in their orbit, That's when the bizarre behavior starts to show. And believe me, it's unlike anything you've ever seen. 1. Gaslighting. One of the most baffling things about narcissists is their ability to twist reality. They have this almost magical way of making you question your own experiences and memories. Ever heard of gaslighting? It's one of their favorite tools. A narcissist might do something hurtful, and when you call them out on it, they'll flat out deny it ever happened. They might even suggest that you're the one with the problem, turning the tables so masterfully that you start to doubt your own sanity. Imagine confronting someone about a clear-cut incident, only for them to say, that never happened, or you're remembering it wrong. It's like being in a psychological funhouse where nothing is as it seems, and it can be incredibly disorienting. 2. Narcissistic rage. Then there's the classic